Good evening, everyone. I, Pooja, welcome all our viewers on this very informative platform, Global Mastermind, in collaboration with All India Educators Forum. Global Mastermind is a novel community in itself, which is trying to resource all questioning brains by aiding them with the experienced insights of our guests. Global Mastermind explore different eminent personalities from all over the world. And yes, certainly it helps to edify the the difficult questions of our audience too. Our eminent personalities from all over the world, they'll be helping every community, which may belong to professionals, parents, students, schools, universities, and what's not. I said the same thing last time as well. So today also we have very distinguished and influential personalities with us from different corners of India. We are going to enlighten the unsolved problems with their experienced perspectives. So before commencing this show, I would like to show you a glimpse of our last show on the topic Erikson's theory of psychology, which was part one, wherein we discussed the first four stages of human life, which is right from birth to the age of 11 years. So herein, I'm just going to show you the glimpse of that. You have a look at how we went on at that moment.
And like I had mentioned, the entire study is focused on personality development, that is about one, understanding yourself, and social understanding. And it's a great combination one needs to focus on, and it is not easy.
To be winning, it is the thing to be balanced. So this initiative and this guilt has to be balanced, and this guilt which is being faced by the child should be supported, guided, and as by the words of my previous speaker, we learn from mistakes. No man is perfect, but every man can practice to become perfect.
From the automatic situation, the moment you take a back seat, you become a third participant. You don't really get entangled with the situation or enmeshed with the situation or with your own emotions being overflowing into that situation. You take a back seat, you reflect, you take a pause, you take deep breaths, you calm down yourself, and then you think, you ask your inner self, what is the right thing to do at this point of time? How do I, it's like a divine intervention. So you're allowing the higher self to operate rather than the conscious self to operate. So that's the tip.
What happens in the first case, the child developed a positive self-concept and industriousness. There is a ability to try things. There'll be competence. They would know that if I try and the atmosphere around me is helping me out, I would definitely be able to tide over my issues.
Trust and mistrust. And if a parent is not able to meet them, or the primary caregiver is not able to meet them, then the sense of mistrust, it has its own consequences, which is a child will develop the sense of fear, anxiety, and confusion, which will go on till the adulthood. So therefore, this stage becomes very, very important. This forms the base to all other stages. If you have sense of trust, only then a baby will be, as a child, be trusting people around, have trust in the world around them. Otherwise, they will live with constant fear that my needs will never be met.
We come across some situation with a child, it's new, something new even I'm learning at the same time, because possibly I wouldn't have explored that kind of a navigation. So this theory of the way it was discussed, just blew my mind up actually. It was a refresher. Not that we are not aware of all of this, yes we are, but when you really put that into a structure, it gives a clear path, how you can. But yes, technically it's not that these are the rules or the steps, but yes, it does help navigation to a parent, and I do come across a lot of parenting coach. I haven't understood the concept, what they really do, but I guess if as a parent, if we keep our mind open and flexible and approachable, I guess that would cut the deal. Then you don't have to really go anywhere else, because you are also learning with the child, and that itself is a beautiful journey. And this platform, I must say, it's a great platform to come and discuss such amazing topics.
Yes, dear audience. So from this video, you might have got an idea that how important the nourishing is of our children. And it's not only about, making up these conclusions that what is to be done and what is not to be done. The more important thing is to do whatever psychology we read or we pass on, whatever perspective we go through. The most important thing is that how to implement all those things in our lives. So, in today's session, that is part two, Erikson's theory of psychology. In today's part two, we are going to talk about not only children, humans too. Yes, you rightly heard. We are going to talk about humans as you. It would be your story as well, because we are going to talk about next four stages of human life, which would start up right from fifth stage, that is right after 13 years, till the end of the stage, which comes in Erikson's theory. So our very influential personalities, they'll be giving their perspectives, their experiences, they'll be sharing, and for sure, I am pretty sure that your questions would be answered. So herein, to continue with the journey, I am inviting along with me Ms. Rachna Bhargav, who is event director. So Rachna ma'am, I'll be handing over to you for next.
Thank you so much, Ms. Pooja. It's indeed a great pleasure that we have such eminent personalities amongst us today to unfold our own stages of life, right? Well, we all know that in every child, at every stage, new miracles of vigor unfolds. So now today in part two of this panel discussion, let's unfold the next stages of Erikson's psychology of child. And I really feel elated to introduce the first panelist of today's event, Mr. Nilesh Kumar from Mumbai. Eminent speaker having experience of 19 years, working as a principal of Srimati K.L. Tiwari Junior and Degree College. Welcome, sir. We are really pleased to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening to one and all, and those who are especially listening to me. And ma'am, I'm really very happy that you have given me an opportunity to speak over here. And I would like to say from a short story of mine that when I was uh, on the stage five, I can say mine only. When I was on a stage five, as the transition period from the childhood to adulthood, at that period, ma'am, teens may begin to feel confused, are insecure about themselves and how they fit into society. At that time, they are confused. Who am I? This is the biggest question when the children are asking, who am I? Sometimes the parents behave with them as childish. Sometimes parents treat them as an adulthood. So the child is very much confused. And till the time he is not getting his identity in the society, he cannot be fit anywhere. Sometimes it happens. When my parents were coming to me and asking for a good suggestions in my adolescence age, and this adolescence age, I must say, as you all know, okay, this is really a tremendous change in the anybody's life. Not only I can say about the student, I'm talking about the human, as Pooja ma'am said. It's all about the humans. It's completely bringing a complete change in the human's life when the period of adolescence has started. So, as a discussion about the stage five, anybody, I must say the person know about its identity. One of the main element I can say about the psychosocial development, that about the child's and about the human, it's ego identity. If the person knows about the identity, who is he, then his life and will be superb and he will be very good till his entire life, whatever the commitment, and he know the art of living, you can say, once he is well aware of his identity. Otherwise, if the identity has not been properly recognized by him, he will be completely confused, and that will lead towards him to the confusion, the role model that he is going to become in the future. What will be the role? So, identity, I might say, involve experiences, relationship, beliefs, and the values and the memories that make up a person's subjective sense. And he wants to know himself. To know oneself, I must say, it's identity. So, stage five, especially Erikson's psychosocial theory explains that a person, till the time, is not knowing his identity, cannot learn the art of living. He cannot go for his what he's planning to become in the future, and he cannot gain the self confidence among himself. We see many of the people, those who are in the society, some of them are very good leaders taking the mic and they are speaking at the front of thousands of people. At the same time, we see there are so many those who are standing aside, and when the mic is handed over to them, they scared to take the mic, and they are unable to speak even at the front of the people. So that is the psychosocial and development what we are expecting in the humans, and that develops from the sense of adolescence. That is the period between 12 to 18, and this is the time when the child should come to know with his own identity, and he should know how he has to be in a social relationship, the way he is talking to the people, the way he is handling the situations, and this is the very good period. So, according to me, the identity is to know himself, to know oneself about, and once the child is knowing everything, then he can go further what he is planning to become in the future. And this all will lead to self confidence and the art of living into the social relationship and a society too.
Right, sir, truly said. And as such, it is a transformation stage, right? So what do you think, what emotional challenges the child faces and how it can be handled?
See, emotional challenges sometimes what happens, the child is thinking about either the parents or anybody is behaving with him, still they are thinking him that he's a child, or this thing sometimes he has grown up, either some things should be discussed with that particular child or not. So the child is feeling a lot of things in between this period.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for providing us an insight into this stage which seeks immense attention and time, we believe. Right? Thank you for your valuable input, sir.
Exactly.
Thank you.
We are
Thank you.
equally agreeing with your insights. Nilesh sir, being such an experienced person, you are the one who could really give this perception to our audience. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for being there. So, my dear audience, next we have with us Dr. Rabia. Rabia, ma'am, she has joined us from Noida. Welcome you, Rabia, ma'am.
Hi Pooja, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
thanks for inviting me on this platform with the eminent personalities, Nilesh sir, Bhavna ma'am, and yes, you yourself. So
Thank you,
I'm
ma'am.
honored
Thank
actually. I'm just honored.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, to my audience, I would like to introduce all of you with Dr. Rabia, who is from Noida. She is an expert trainer and chief mentor. She's founder of EdWeb Studio, having 23 years of experience. She's an awardee of Global Principal by SED India, remarkable. Recently, she has been awarded by Education Leadership Award by All India Education. And not only this, she has also been chosen amongst top 10 women awards India across India by Republic Women United Nations. The list is really long, Rabia ma'am. I would wholeheartedly welcome you on our platform, Global Mastermind.
Thank
Ma'am,
you
we
so.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, ma'am, we want you to give your experienced perspective on the stage six of Erikson's theory of psychology, which is from 18 years to 40 years. That is intimacy and isolation. So, Dr. Rabia, please tell us that according to you, at this stage, what is more important? Important relationships with longer term or short term commitments? What do you suggest?
Pooja, when I was reading in the group that I have been chosen to talk on this topic, I was little, in that state of, in a shock kind of state of mind that, oh my God, it's so difficult to talk. Why? Because what I feel, for me, neither isolation is good nor short term relationships are good. As per my experience, I always prefer to go for the longer term relationships where you have actually somebody to, share your heart with. And not only this exactly, you talk about the age starting from age 18 to 40. I think not only 40, it goes till the end of your life actually. We need somebody to talk, we need somebody to support us, we need somebody who is there for us every time, all the time. Actually somebody who are approachable, easily approachable. For example, we talk about our in the offices as well, we talk in this, whether it is an education sector or the corporate sector, we always tell, oh my God, this leader is so approachable, we can talk to that lady, or we can talk to our principal or this colleague of mine anytime, every time. But actually the intimate relationships is something which is full of love, And love doesn't come from anywhere and everywhere. Either you have a loving relationship with your parents, you have loving relationship with your siblings, or a spouse, right? Or a friend of yours as well. So I think we all look forward for those kind of relationships where we have the expectations, because whatever relationship is there, we can't forget about that
But
expectations.
Rabia ma'am, don't you think that when expectations come at a priority, then it becomes very difficult to go along with the relations, means that you have to fulfill the expectations of your each and every member. And even then the happiness does not come around. That is the main question of our audience, why
I
can't happen?
totally, I was coming to that point, Pooja. For me, for my past experience, it's now more than more than 40 now, and starting from the age of 13, I would rather say, not 18 actually, starting from the age of 13, I could realize, I could feel that yes, we can only expect from our parents. We should not expect anything from our spouse, even where their expectations, there the relationship starts getting spoiled.
So
Expectations
that
always
spouse
hurt.
comes, so that spouse comes in male and female, both way you are talking about.
Both ways I'm telling you, both ways I'm telling you, because when you have those kind of relationship bonding, actually, either you stop having expectations and let somebody make you as a priority, so that you should not expect anybody from the opposite person, but that those things automatically get fulfilled for you. That is actually a true love. True love can be, I'm not saying it can be only intimate relationship, it can be from anywhere, I'm telling you. But during the short term relationships, yes, we don't have expectations, we already know that this is going to end one day, this is for a very small duration, and we can't have expectations, and it's a short term happiness actually. But those this is a short, this will give you happiness, but for a very smaller duration of time. So somewhere again you go in the stage of isolation once that short term relationship stops, ends actually. And why that we go into isolation? Because of the fact that we are still looking out for somebody who can be there for us 24 by 7,
That thought is
365
always
days.
there. Yeah, that thought is
Yes,
always there in our
that
mind.
thought is always there, that feeling is always there, those emotions are always there, and that will go not until till the age of 40, that goes till the end of our life, as I said. Till we die, we actually have that kind of emotions and feelings, that somebody should be there who can be there for us all the time, every time, for the entire life. So that we should not expect something from them, but they always do the things what we wish for. It's just a wish, and that gets fulfilled immediately. Like God fulfill our wishes and God fulfill our dreams, the same way we start having that feeling that yes, this person, we don't have to expect anything from that person, but they will automatically know what we want actually. But at times, what happens, to be honest, why when what happens when we start expecting, we take the opposite person, take as a taken for granted person. Why? Because we are expecting, we have expectations, and if those expectations doesn't get fulfilled from that person, then there is a disturbance in our relationship. Then the relationships get starting disturbed and spoiled, and then we see what happens. Either if there is a difference between in a relationship, then we have divorce cases. And if you talk about entire country, I think the percentage of divorce cases have been increasing every year actually, because either we are not able to fulfill those expectations, or else we have high achievements to be fulfilled in our relationships. Why? Because we always want our spouse to be equally either educated and equally well settled. So these are the expectations we have from our spouses. Why to expect something from the other? Get your expectations fulfilled from by yourself rather than expecting from them. This is why advice actually, what the you know we need to have a self confidence in ourselves, that yes, we can do that. Then why to expect from somebody else? We have been born for some mission, right? And as Nilesh sir said, believing in yourself is the most important part. The minute you start believing in yourself, you don't expect anything from the other person, and you just start proving to yourself that yes, I can do this and I can do that too. So there, the relationship doesn't get spoiled because you don't have any expectations from the other person. You only expect from yourself. And yes, you are there for the support for the other person. So what I would like to say here, for the students, for the adolescents, especially the adolescents, because in those ages, actually, I have seen the teenagers, especially, and till the time they don't get married. After marriage, also there is a certain age till, I think I would rather say till 35, we have those expectations, and there are times we will go for in isolation stage, maybe for a shorter duration when we have a fight or when we have a disturbed relationship with the spouse also, or with our boyfriends or our girlfriends as well, or with our very close besties as well. Because why? We don't want to share that our besties with other people as well. Because somewhere we feel, no, this person is for me, and I can be the only person who is important in their life. Nobody else can be important person. So that feeling of jealousy also gets you in the stage of isolation. Oh my God, I am alone because she's talking to somebody else. I am alone because he is talking to another
Very
girl.
common nowadays.
Why?
This is very common nowadays, even amongst adolescents also. It's not only about
Exactly.
opposite sex, Rabia ma'am. It's not only about opposite sex. It's about a parent-child story also. The same thing.
Parent
It
child
happens.
story, yeah, that is what I'm saying. One son will say, okay mom, you love her more, and the daughter will say, no mom, you love my brother more. That is where the problem starts actually. No, you don't love me because you love him. You always celebrate his birthday, you don't celebrate my birthday. You don't go out with me, go out with him for the shopping. So there, there are clashes actually. And yes, starting from the age of 12, 13, in fact from the age of 10 also, the period of the stage of isolation starts coming into picture actually. So there the problems occurs. That is where, parents also need to deal with the situation in a way where they can actually support both their kids together in a way where they both don't feel isolated, and they need to go out. If they're going out, please go out together with them. Don't don't make sure don't make sure that you are taking both the kids along with you together, and not you are going out one day with one son, or one day with your daughter. It is
Right, right.
better to, that is what, because somewhere we as parents also make such mistakes, which actually where the child gets influenced, and yes, they get into a feeling, my God, my mom doesn't love me, she loves my sister more. And then the same happens with the bestie side. I don't know whether how much I'm sure you might have your daughter or a son. I have been hearing stories from my daughters actually. Mom, she's my bestie, then why she's talking to that girl, why she's talking to that friend of mine? I
Yeah,
am
and
not
this
important
is
for
a
her.
common scenario which we face. This happens.
Yes, it happens. That is where. So, it's not, I don't say that it happens with the age factor. It doesn't come with the age factor, but it's a feeling that comes with when the circumstances are at your place in such like that, or in your relationships are like that. So, the age doesn't matter. As Nilesh sir also said, you also said, it's about the human psychology basically. We have been dealing with this. Why? Because our mentality is as such, the society, because of the society. So first of all, the mentality has to change, and mentality
Exactly.
starts changing till the time the elders doesn't become a role model in front of their kids. Till that time the child will not understand that these things should not come into picture when we have good relationships. In order to maintain such beautiful relationships, stop having expectations, and start treating every individual in your family equal. Start treating every individual in your friend circle equally. Everybody is equal. Everybody has their own unique skill set. Everybody has their own unique, identity. Start accepting each other
So
with a
you mean
good
to
heart, actually.
So, Rabia ma'am, you mean to say that the moment we start giving priority to just particular one thing only, and other things we start avoiding, then only relationships gets into on.
Absolutely.
And
We are actually getting so much engrossed. We actually base our lives on those relationships. We
yes, yes,
forget that we have other things around, other people
and
around us in the society. We need to talk to them. We must go to them also. They will also appreciate us if we will talk to them. It's just that once we actually focus on only one person or only one thing, actually, there the problem starts. So
Exactly.
do not depend on any other person. That's what my suggestion is. Your happiness lies within yourself. Do not base your happiness on any relationship, on anything, or any job. Actually, isolation doesn't only happens when you are, out of some relationship, when you have having some problem in the relationship. Isolation
Exactly.
also happens when you are having problems in the job
Job
site
sector.
as well. So it only depends upon your psychology. Actually, you need to change your own mindsets. Basically, your happiness is in your own hands. Create those moments so that you can be happy always.
Oh, wow. That's a wonderful thought given by you, ma'am. I completely agree that yes, priorities are important, but it does not mean that on priorities we should just focus on those things only which are avoiding other relations. Maybe even family matters should not avoid our job sector, and job sector should not avoid our family things. Right? Both things are equally important. And
Equally
for
valid.
sure, of course, yes, if we are here talking about relationships, in relationships commitments from both end, it is important, as you said it, right? It's not only one person's responsibility to be always committed or to be always fulfilling the expectations or coming up or fulfilling the responsibilities. It comes with both ends. So that mode, if it comes only, then in this age we can surely get into proper
And one
exact.
last thing, Miss Pooja, whatever relationships we are in, it is very important to base your relationship on trust, actually. Where there is no trust, you will automatically go into the stage of isolation and you will not be able to feel happiness in any kind of relationship. So base your relationships on trust, actually. That's all I would like to say here.
Thank you, Rabia ma'am. Beautiful perception, and I guess certainly your answers have, answered all the questions in the minds of our viewers, including me as well. Because even I was having sometimes dilemmas, what is right or what is wrong. But of course, yes. Now I'm confident that yes, whatever I'm thinking, I'm on right track. Thank you for giving
True,
that
ma'am. We
beautiful
could, I think
perspective
we
of
could
life.
all connect to what you said.
Yes,
I
exactly.
actually, that's the reason I connected with my own life. Till the time I was basing my happiness in someone else's hand, and the trust issues were there, and I was feeling no, I am not important in that person's life. Maybe somebody else is important. So there, the problems I faced actually, and the challenges were there. The moment I started realizing, no, my happiness lies in my own hand. Why should I be dependent on anybody else? And yes, every relationship should be important for you. Every person is important for you, whosoever is there connected with you in this world, actually. So give equal importance. Yes, commitments are equally important in any kind of relationship, but it should come from both the sides. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And in fact, I would thank you. You were not in good health, but still you were there with us. I'm really thankful to you for your kind presence. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Thank you,
so
Miss
much.
Pooja. Thank you, Miss Rachna. It was so
Thank you,
nice
ma'am.
to be
Thank you
here.
so
Thank you
much.
once again. Thank you,
Thank you. Thank
everyone,
you.
for
Being with us,
patiently
ma'am.
listening to me. Thank you so much.
Your words were connecting. It was patience were not required, Rabia ma'am. Seriously, it was so connecting.
Thank you
Thank you so
so
much.
much. Thanks a lot.
Yes,
Great thoughts,
over to
right?
Rachna, ma'am.
Yes. So let's move ahead to our next panelist. Let me call upon a young, vivacious professional who wants to make a difference in the lives of students. Miss Sukhmeen. She is an acting principal of the Foundation School, New Delhi, and a CBSE counselor. She has got a lot many recognitions for her expertise in counseling and trainings. The list is so long. Welcome, ma'am. We are really pleased to have you with us.
Thank you.
Miss
Thank
Sukhmeen,
you
ma'am.
so much. Yeah. So,
Ma'am, as
yeah.
this, uh, so I actually we want to talk about the age next age group in which we are talking
Hmm.
about age 40 and above, and
Yeah.
it is a stage in which a person jiggles between generativity and stagnation. So,
Yes.
what do you think? You are so experienced and successful, so we would really like to hear from you.
See, somewhere or the other, I would still say, like, when you said young, I've still not reached the age of 40.
Oh no.
But when I'm encountering a lot of people, and even Dr. Rabia, what she just spoke, there were a lot of things that she mentioned, which is a part of this particular stage, which is generativity versus stagnation. So when she was talking about parenting, this is an overlap which is happening in this stage also, because what Dr. Bhatia just spoke about was all about intimacy versus isolation, but also parenting came into the picture. And by the time we reach the age of 40, so what happens is, what are the main things that occur during that time? We are already married. Generally, we are already married, right? And we have kids. So, what are the things that we have in mind? That we need to bring up our kids in a good manner. The future
Right.
generation has to be good. But there are many times that people do not have kids also, right? Even by the age of 40. So what do? They contribute by contributing to community. That is very important. So the kind of work that you do, are you generative enough? That also really matters. So I'll just bring certain points into the picture, relating it to the earlier stage, that once two people have established some measure of intimacy, their interests begin to expand beyond just the two of them, right? They become concerned with raising the next generation now. This is the stage of generativity versus stagnation and self absorption. Sadly, there are a lot of parents now who are self absorbed and just self obsessed. They do not think about their kids. There are those people. But the idea behind this is to understand that we have to be more generative and not selfish about our own interest. Contributing to society and doing things to benefit future generations, these are important needs at this stage. It means making your mark on the world through caring for others, as well as creating and accomplishing things that make world a better place. Whereas on the other hand, stagnation refers to failure to find a way to contribute at all. There are some people, who just say that, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether the kind of life also I'm leading, is it like worth it or not? By the time you reach 40, 45, is the work that I'm doing, is it, meaningful or not? So, and we all know the term for this is called midlife crisis that a lot of people go through, right? So, the mere fact of having children, of course, does not guarantee generativity. Parents must do more than producing offspring. They need to protect and guide them. This means that parents must often sacrifice their own needs sometimes. They must overcome temptations to self indulgence, which lead to unproductive stagnation. To the extent they can positively cope with this conflict, they develop their ability to care for the next generation. So now, like I just said, a very important question here is that what happens to people who do not have children of their own? Well, such people can still teach and guide the next generation by working with other people's children or helping to create a better world for them. And that is what is happening. It's really nice that we are having this talk on World Mental Health Day today, right? It's a very, very important aspect. And somewhere or the other, this is what, parents who are in the age group of 40 to 65, they need to make the kids realize that there are much more important aspects to life than just, earning. You need to contribute to the community, you need to contribute to society. And right now, I'm a part of, as an educationist and as an administrator, that's what we're talking to the parents, that talk to your kids about, taking care of nature, taking care of, you're talking about global warming, you're talking about other things. Let's talk about other bigger things in life with our kids, and not just,
Right.
okay, fine, I have a kid, I have to just bring that kid up, do the schooling and all the regular thing, and they, then get them married. There are much more important things that we need to teach them, right? So some characteristics, on the other hand, there is stagnation. So those people who reach that stage, they become very self-centered. They fail to get involved with others. They do not take interest in productivity, no effort to improve the self, and place one's own concern over everybody else. So you have those people who are so selfish, they do not care about their kids, and they are talking about themselves more and not their kids. That how will I
Yeah.
benefit? Yeah.
Right. Well, do you think this stage of stagnation, Western culture is also contributing to some extent, like that
See,
thought
see,
process that, okay,
globalization, yeah. See, globalization always has an impact in all aspects, right? So somewhere or the other, we can say with some people, because we are, it's a small world now, We are seeing so many things. We do say, okay, let's limit all things which are available on maybe all these web series and all. But you somewhere or the other, you see the kids in school talking about all series which are adult rated, or which are not to be viewed by kids at all,
There
and
is
they are
so
seeing
much of
all
this
those
thing. True.
things. Yeah. So
Right.
at one end, we are giving that certificate about A certified, it's only adult certified, but on the other hand, we are showing all this stuff on Netflix and all those things. So those things definitely do impact. They impact the parents also. So I would not say even the kids, even the parents it
Only.
impacts.
Right.
So it's just not, let's say, it's just not the kids who are addicted to all these things. Even we all are addicted to all that stuff. We are talking about it, but it's about how we you know remember our own values and bring them into place, so that we don't let the westernization plague us. Separation from parents and things like that. That is
Right.
one major
So
thing I observe with the students these days, is they just say that we want to move away from our parents after 12th, which never used to happen earlier. But now that is one of the main things that they want to do, because they want to be independent and all those things. So it's very important for parents to instill the right values, because if a child is venturing into the world alone, so what are the values, what are the things you're teaching to your future generation, that they contribute to the society in a better manner? So at the end of this demanding stage, individuals will withdraw, as generativity is no longer expected in late adulthood. So after 65, you do not need to be generative. So this releases elders from the task of caretaking or working. However, not feeling needed or challenged may result in stagnation, and consequently, one should not fully withdraw from generative task as they enter Erikson's last stage, which is the other speaker will talk about it, because this stage, which is 40 to 65, this is basically talking about the virtue of care. How much do you care about your future generation? How much do you care about uh, you know yourself? How much do you care about your kids? How much do you care about your community? So the virtue of care is developed majorly in this stage. Yeah.
definitely, ma'am. I think those values which you are talking about, it is they imbibe from us only. So if
Yes.
we are going on the right path, definitely we can. Only then we can expect something from them.
Yeah. True, true.
Thank you so much, Sukhmeen ma'am. It was really wonderful to hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling me.
Hey, ma'am, these are general queries which comes into the mind of people. They know the answers, but sometimes
Yeah.
we need someone else to wake us up. That
Yeah.
yes, whatever your perspectives are, whatever you're thinking, it's right or wrong. So
Yeah.
people like you who are so experienced, they give us a waking call. That yes, you are on right
Hmm.
track or you are on wrong track. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sukhmeet ma'am. It was great reception given
Thank
by
you
you.
so much, Miss Pooja and Miss Rachna. Very nicely handled, and a
Thank
very
you.
nice topic to take care of.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
So, dear audience, we have amongst us Dr. Bhavna also. Okay, Dr. Bhavna, good evening. Can you hear me, Dr. Bhavna? Dr. Bhavna, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Your
hello.
voice.
I think
Yeah,
she's
yes,
facing
Dr.
some
Bhavna.
issue.
A
Yeah,
very good
that's okay.
evening to
So,
everybody.
yes.
Yes, I
Good
can.
evening,
Good
Dr.
evening,
Bhavna.
ma'am.
So I would introduce my
I
audience
can.
to Dr. Bhavna. Dr. Bhavna has joined us from Gurugram, that is from Haryana. She is founder and CEO of Skill Lab India. She has received an award of Guru Dronacharya and Nari Kumar by Ministry. Wow, that's a wonderful achievement, ma'am. She has also received Global Excellence Award at national level and was also been honored with Dr. Shri Radhakrishnan National Teacher Award by Ministry in 2018. Ma'am, we are really proud to have your presence with us. Can you hear me, Bhavna ma'am? Uh, I guess, Bhavna ma'am,
Yeah. Thank you
you're having
so
some.
much for inviting me, Pooja. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Okay,
so
thank
Bhavna
you.
ma'am,
Thank you
we
so
really
much.
want to.
First of all, I believe
Bhavna ma'am, I guess some audible issues are
It's good
there.
to go.
A bit, your voice is cracking a bit, Bhavna ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Let
okay now. Now you're audible, ma'am.
it's okay now.
Yes, ma'am, it's audible. So,
Fine.
Bhavna ma'am, we
So
really
first of
want
all,
to
on
have
this
your.
World Mental Health Day, yeah,
Yes, Bhavna ma'am. Bhavna ma'am, please, we would love to hear you today.
I
We really
okay.
want to discuss stage 8 of this psychology, right? Where humans, according to this theory of Erikson's,
Yes.
they have ego and despair, right? And this stage is continuing after 62 till the end of the life. As the stage begins from after 16 till the end of life, Bhavna ma'am, what do you think? That in this age, certainly this age is an age of care and love, right? But except this outlook, we would like to know from you that as such a great contributor to the society and being so experienced, what is your definition of success?
Thank you so much.
Uh,
Thank you.
yes, Bhavna ma'am, we can hear you.
Thank you so much, Pooja, for giving me this opportunity, and I must congratulate you for giving me this opportunity. And on this special day, World Mental Health Day, 10th of October, and since 1992, this day has been observed. And there is a very, very huge area, it's a very huge, big area where we need to work on. Especially on this day, I would like to share a very beautiful insight. Before I start, the stage which you have given to me is a very, 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 very important stage. This is the stage which depict the virtue of wisdom, ego, integrity, and despair. It's a
Exactly, ma'am.
conflict versus crisis. Before I start, I just start with one share, if you permit me. यादें माजी गमे हम रोज यादें माजी गमे हम रोज ख्याले फरदा कितने ही साए मेरे हमराह चला करते हैं. At this stage, when you cross 65, you have lot of experience, and this is when you have integrity. It means fullness. It means that you're complete, you're happy. Whatever victories and defeats, whatever you have accomplished, what you have not accomplished, but you are satisfied, you are happy. Then your life is integrated. And on the if we say a kind of a crisis, if your life is not happy, maybe you have earned that much, but still you have that kind of a grievances in your mind. I was not able to play hockey, I was so good player, but I was not able to get a chance. Or I was, if I would have given a chance of being a CEO of that company, I would have changed the world. Or I would have done this, I would have done that. So when you talk to people of this age, they will have n number of stories. They just want you to listen to them. So they are basically, so in this particular age, wisdom comes. The virtue of this particular stage is wisdom. So you have to accept it, whatever has happened in your life, either it was good or bad. But now you have to accumulate it and apply it to your next generation. And if you will not do it, and if you will not have it, then your own kids will not like you. They will not give time to you. Why this has been, I believe you must have heard of that from the old age people, that my kids are not sitting with me, my kids are not spending time with me. Actually, they
Exactly.
always talk
They
about
generally
despair.
do when, yeah, they generally do this when, old people, they are always there with complaining figures, right?
Yes.
But the moment they share their intelligence or deep insight with them, the children, they do sit and they do give time to them. That's right.
That's true. And at this digital age, say within my family, my father-in-law is 80, my son is 20. I always see the conflict of thought. When my son is with mobile, my father-in-law is always, every time he's talking about, you are going to lose your concentration. You are not doing anything, or so. So the conflict is there. So actually, they are not able to comprehend the change because they have not been tuned and trained in that kind of environment. They have not
Exactly.
seen it. You can't compare this generation Z kids with this age of, say, 80 plus people. So it is very difficult to maintain that balance. So here comes the despair when this young generation don't listen to them, don't talk to them. Then they always crib on this, that they don't spend time and they don't sit with us, they don't spend time with us. But on the other hand, if you give them time, if you have a discussion with them, say in my family there are a number of on a daily basis we discuss so many things. So today we were having a discussion on that how this Air India from JRD to this, now again it is with the Tata. So, and each and everyone, my young daughter,
So that
my
means
father,
uh,
everybody was participating. So when
it's
this
a good
kind of discussion
experience.
happen, yes,
Exactly.
so
You
then
want to say
something
that good
integrated.
experiences should be shared on
Yes,
the success stories should be shared on, so that they take some interest in sitting with you and listening to you and spending time with
yes,
you. Their
yes.
isolation does not count.
Yes, so here comes the role of the virtue of that is wisdom. So this is how we need to work on. This is how we need to talk about. So I just share one more thing with you. How I train my teachers about this Erikson theory. I have made this mnemonic. I'm just sharing with you.
Oh
Tie
wow,
three
that's great.
IGE. Is it
Okay,
visible to everybody?
yes, ma'am, yes.
Tie three IGE. So it's a mnemonic because I can't learn everything. So I've just made it like this.
Okay. Um, Bhavna ma'am, your voice. Bhavna ma'am, your voice.
Learn type 3 IGs are the 8 stages of the Erikson theory of
Bhavna
the
ma'am, can you
psychosocial
just
theory.
repeat?
He's the one
Bhavna ma'am.
who who has given the theory on the psychology and social behavior. He's the one who has covered all the stages of the human life. I just want to quote here the quotation of Wordsworth. Firstly, the psychology lost its mind, then its soul, then its conscious, and last it's left with behavior only. If we see,
Okay.
Aristotle has started the study in 16th century, and he talked about psychology as a soul. Then in 17th century, it was all about the story of mind, study of mind. Then in 19th century, it was all about the story of consciousness. Then in 20th century, it comes as a study of behavior. And Erik Erikson is the part of this. And
So,
I
so
believe
you
we
mean to
all
say
have to,
Bhavna ma'am, that
yeah,
in
Pooja.
every phase of life,
You're not
we
audible to
had
me, Pooja.
lot many. Yeah, am I audible, Bhavna ma'am? So you mean to say that at every stage of life, that yes, we are having some lot many intelligent people whose perspectives could be shared upon, as you just described lot many centuries and they're intelligent people. So we are really thankful to you for sharing all that. Please continue, Bhavna ma'am. We were listening you. Yeah, please. Am I audible, Bhavna ma'am? Am I audible, Bhavna ma'am?
Pooja,
Yeah,
I'm not able
Dr.
to
Bhavna.
listen you. Are you able to listen me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe there is some problem.
That's
Your
okay.
voice is not audible.
No, your voice is
Now
okay,
you speak
ma'am.
something.
Yeah, your voice is okay, ma'am. You can
Okay, fine.
continue.
Fine. I've just written 2, 3 lines. Am I audible? Just give me this thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Year by year, growth occurs. Year by year, knowing occurs. No child grows in a perfect environment. Perfections even comes from imperfect temperament. Listen to the little ones. Smartly handle the toddlers. Keep them engaged as well. There is no means on them to yell. So, we need to take care of all these stages from stage 1 to stage 8 because this talk about the behavior. Right now also, if you go to any psychologist, if you talk to them, they'll just talk to you, they just discuss with you that where is the lacuna. They use this theory as on today only, that how to find the problem area. So this is how we proceed. This is how we study. And this is all about Erik Erikson's, how he has given this fabulous study, which theory, which is still as on today is applicable and everybody can analyze. See, Rabia has related to herself, even Suveen has shared, even Sir has already shared. All have shared their own practical experience, their real life experience. So this
Exactly.
theory, this
Exactly.
theory of psychology is all about you, yourself, and about your own journey in on this earth, I say. So it's all about uh, it's all from my side. Thank you so much. You're doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much, Pooja, for giving me a chance over here to present my thought.
So much.
Thank you so
We
much,
know,
Bhavna ma'am.
yeah, just a little bit of network issue. We missed on a bit of part of yours, but yes,
And
we could easily get at
one
what you
more,
wanted to. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You wanted to say something, Bhavna, ma'am.
okay. There is one saying called "Jis vidhi rakhe Ram, ohi vidhi rahiye."
Yes, exactly.
So,
That's true.
the definition of
This
success,
is this is the overall
which is
conclusion,
very
of
much
life.
required, if I relate it with this stage 8, the definition of the success, whenever you are ultimately happy and you are doing good, आपने जो भी किया है अपनी जिंदगी में, सही गलत जो भी है, अगर आप कंटेंटेड है, हैप्पी है, and you feel successful, then you will spread happiness. But if you are not, then it will be very difficult for you to spread happiness. So it's all about it's all from my side.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Thank you so
Thank you so
Very
much.
much.
rightly said, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Bhavna, ma'am. Seriously, it's very difficult to describe what is life all about, right? I would just, before we end, I would just put forward our other panelists on the screen. So, Queen, ma'am, Suqueena, ma'am, and Nilesh, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much, Queen Ma'am and sir, for being, the part of this journey. Everyone, each one of you, although it's very difficult to, tell that what is life. This is very small question, but it has very elaborative answer in it, and it's very difficult to answer it in a correct manner because everybody comes out with their own perspectives. Our main motive behind this platform, wherein we have taken the topic Erik Erikson's theory of psychology, was this only, so that we can define our audience stage by stage, age by age, that what are the pros and cons, and what are the requirements, which things they can leave, and which things they can adopt. Of course, yes, experience matters, and that is why last time also we had not many experts with us. They were all six in number, and this
Yeah.
time also they were all four in number. So we had 10 speakers for this Erikson's Theory of Psychology event, and we are very thankful to all the panelists who spared their valuable time and joined us and given such a contribution. Anybody who would like to share anything else? Nilesh sir,
Yeah.
Supreme ma'am? Yeah, yes, Supreme ma'am.
Yeah. So, in fact, when you were talking about life, I was thinking I had read this one quote. I'll read it out for you. This quote itself is by Erikson. So, the
Okay.
quote goes like that life doesn't make any sense without interdependence. We need each other, and the sooner we learn that, the better for us all.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a great
Oh,
insight.
ma'am.
That is why the things are being there. We
Yeah.
have lot many good things around us, but we read it and then we leave it. We listen it and we leave it. The
Yeah.
thing is, the main thing comes when we need to implement all those things in our life. Only then the success comes. Otherwise,
Yeah.
talking on different areas or having discussions, as many discussions as you do, that is all less. But of course, yes, a wake up call is always important, and our event has been organized just for this wake up call for our audience, with our experts. Thank you, Sukhmeen ma'am. It was great
Thank
Very
you.
contribution.
rightly said, ma'am. We
Ma'am,
actually
I
we
would like to.
encounter all these things in life, and your views of your experience and your expert views, they all have just given us a direction for it to go on the right track.
Thank you.
I
I'm
guess,
glad. I'm glad. I'm glad to
I
be a
guess
part of this.
Nilesh sir wanted to say something. Yes,
Yeah, I
Nilesh
would
sir.
like to. Yeah, I would like to say align that key. As I got a chance to speak on the adolescence and the period of 12 to 18, and you asked at the end key about the life. So I must say, कि the period I will say in Hindi कि जब बच्चे में ये समझ आनी शुरू हो जाती है कि जिंदगी में रिश्तों की अहमियत क्या है, वहां से वो जीना शुरू कर देता है.
Wow,
लेकिन
that's
जब वो
beautiful.
12 साल को क्रॉस करके टीन में आता है, तो दिस पार्ट ऑफ द हार्ट इन दिस पीरियड इज जस्ट लाइक अ मिरर. कभी ये अच्छा लगता है, कभी वो अच्छा लगता है, कभी सिंगिंग अच्छी लगती है तो कभी डांसिंग अच्छी लगती है, कभी हमें शाहरुख खान अच्छा लग गया तो कभी हमें कोई और अच्छा लग गया. जस्ट इज कंप्लीट लाइक मिरर, जो भी शीशे के सामने आ जाता है हमें बहुत अच्छा लगने लगता है. सो
Right.
जिंदगी हर मोमेंट पे कुछ ना कुछ सिखा रही है, और तब तक सीखना चाहिए कि जब तक आप ये ना जान जाए कि जिंदगी क्या है.
Oh
थैंक यू.
wow, that's a beautiful
The show
conclusion. I
must go
think,
on.
exactly. I think I am not left with any more words after your words, Nilesh sir. You have concluded our whole event so beautifully. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you once again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Bhavna ma'am. Thank you, Sukhmeen ma'am. Thank you, Nilesh sir, once again.
And I will be waiting for this kind of opportunity in future. Thank you very much to give me opportunity. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much for inviting us. And thank you to
Thank you,
all
ma'am.
my co panelists also for sharing your valuable thoughts and insights.
And a
So,
special thanks to Rabia ma'am, Pooja ma'am, and Bhavna ma'am. Rabia ma'am's word was really very good, and very impressive. Thank you.
she would have been here with us, but as I told
Thank
her,
you.
she's not in good health,
Yes,
so
yes.
she left early.
Especially Bhavna ma'am, your words were really very good. Rachana ma'am, thank you for this platform. Pooja ma'am, thank you
Thank
for
you
this
so much,
platform.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Thanks, Queen ma'am. So we'll be taking a leave from you. Thank you, Bhavna ma'am. Thank you, Nilesh sir. So, my dear audience, I hope that was a great insight which were being given by all the experts and dignitaries from all corners of the world. We have tried our level best to answer your all the questions, but still, if you are left with any, please drop us a message here only in our channel. We'll surely come out with our answers. And still, we are open for the questions from children, as this whole event started right from the age of childhood. So if our children, they are having any questions for our panelists, they want to ask anything, please drop their message in our message box so that we can put forward to our panelists, and certainly we'll have a discussion with our children and panelists one by one for sure. So thank you very much, each and everyone. Thank you, our great audience who were there joining us. Sukanya ma'am, Miss Supriya was there, Miss Kripa was there. I could see so many active viewers who were there with
Very
us.
good.
Niharika, Miss Niharika was there. So all of them, they were so actively engaged. Thank you, each one of you, for being the part of the show.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much,
Rashad,
everyone.
to you as
It was
well.
really a wonderful evening. So many learnings to take away. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Okay,
you,
so we'll be
everyone.
taking your leave and signing off, and we'll be coming shortly, very soon, in our next event. Let's wait and watch.